right, this is lesson 77, advanced radical equations. All right, to date, we've only had one radical in an equation, and it's only been to the square root. Like we've had the square root of x minus 1 equals 4. All right, what did we do in this case? Do you remember? We square both sides, solve for x, but every time you square, what must you do? Check your answer, right? You must check your answer. Am I spelling that right? Answer? There we go. Check your answer, okay? In lesson 77, now we're going to have cube roots. Okay? So look at 77.1. If I have the cube root of x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4, let me look at my book. Minus x minus 2 equals 0. All right? The first thing I must do is isolate my radical. So I move everything that's not in my radical to the other side of the equal sign, by adding x and adding 2 to both sides. Now I have the cube root of x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4 equals x plus 2. Instead of squaring it both sides, I must cube both sides. Now, this cube is x plus 2, x plus 2, x plus 2. So first, I start with 2 sets of the binomials and I FOIL them, okay? So it's x squared, x times 2 is 2x, plus 2 more x gives me 4x plus 4. Then I multiply that by x plus 2. All right? God bless you. And that gives me x cubed plus 4x squared plus 4x plus, now I'm distributing my 2, right? 2x squared plus 8x plus 8. All right? Uncubing this, I'm left with x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4 equals x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x plus 8. All right? My x cubes on both sides eliminate. So do my 6x squared. So I will move my 8 to the other side to solve for x, right? Minus 8, and I'm left with 12x is minus 12x is negative 1. Now I must check my answer, okay? Because I'm not sure that it is in fact correct. All right? So we have the cube root. It's negative 1. What's negative 1 cubed? It's negative 1. What's negative 1 squared? 1 times 6 is 6, so it's plus 6 minus 4 minus negative 1 minus 2 is 0. All right, so this is the cube root of 6 minus 5 is 1. Plus 1 minus 2 is 0. And look, 1 plus 1 minus 2 is 0. So it is a solution. All right, wait, I'm not done. Don't leave. Hang with me. Now, what if you have multiple radicals? Okay, we've not had multiple radicals. That's the second part of the lesson. If we have multiple radicals, you'll have to square both sides twice. All right, so look at 77.2. We have the square root of k minus 5 minus the square root of k plus 1 is 0. All right? The first thing you want to do is isolate the radical that has a variable plus or minus a number, okay? So let's move everything to the other side of the equal sign. And I'm left with the square root of k minus 5 equals the square root of k minus 1. Now I square both sides. Alright, but this squared is the square root of k minus 1 times the square root of k minus 1. Alright, the square root of k times the square root of k is just k. But this is the square root of k times negative 1, which is negative square root of k, minus another one is what? Minus 2 square root of k plus 2. Alright, so we have k minus 5 equals plus 1. Yes, I added it. Thank you very much. Good job. Equals k minus 2 square root of k plus 1. I still have a radical. So now I isolate this radical by moving everything to the other side. Alright, so I'm going to, well, my k's eliminate, don't they? Alright, I subtract my 1, and I have negative 6 equals negative 2 square root of k. What can I do now? Divide by negative 2, right? And the square root of k is 3. Now what do? Square both sides. So you're going to square both sides twice, and k is 9. However, I'm not done. I must check my answer. Check. All right? So this will be the square root of 9 minus 5 minus the square root of 9 plus 1 is 0. This is 4, right? That would leave me with 2 minus 3 plus 1, and it's 0, so it is a solution. So now you have what? Cube both sides, or 2 radicals. Isolate the 1, square both sides. You're going to have 1 left. Isolate that one, square both sides. Check your answer, okay? All right.